AI Flutter Club. And today's session will be introduction into Flutter. So first 30 minutes, it was presentation from Geeta. She wanted to present Flutter, but for now I see that she's still not in the attendees list. So, okay, I think as Flutter developer, I will make presentation for my lovely tool by myself. But today's session not so deep because next weeks we will have few speakers, Google developer experts, and they will dive deeper into all these topics. The main goal of this club to show you how much Flutter cool if you want to integrate artificial intelligence. This club perfect for someone without experience. For example, I love hackathons, and I always met here people with amazing ideas, but without any experience in development. So Flutter, good choice for this for such situation. Okay, let's start. Let's start from so 1 second. I'll check. No, speakers still leave all my messages everywhere without any answer. Okay. It's not a good situation. I'm so sorry for this. For someone who joined for speaker Geeta and getting started with Flutter. But okay, let's start with me. Okay, so first of all, one more time, biggest thanks for joining. And it will be not easy for me to check chat and to be speaker. So please, I'm so sorry if I skip someone's message, someone's question in chat. At the end of my presentation, I will check chat and answer all your questions. So feel free to use chat. Introduce yourself, send LinkedIn link, ask questions, anything. Feel free to use our chat. Okay, let's start. First of all, the Build with AI initiative is all about empowering developers like you to create innovative AI-powered applications. Within this larger initiative, the AI Flutter Club is your dedicated community to specifically explore how Flutter, with its expressive UI and fast development, can be seamlessly combined with artificial intelligence. And our mission here is to help you learn the foundational concepts, discover the power tools Google provide, and ultimately understand how to build practical, real-world solutions that leverage both Flutter and artificial intelligence. But before we start, I'd like to mention that it's a friendly and inclusive space, so be kind and supportive. I try to promote a warm and respectful environment for everyone. So let's encourage each other and lift one another up. This session will be recorded, and later I'll share this video on YouTube channel Google Developer Group Ahlen. And Short introduction. I'm a Flutter developer, woman tech members ambassador, woman in data science ambassador, Google Developer Group Ahlen organizer, Meetup Google Developer Group Ahlen organizer. This year I will be a NASA Space Apps Ahlen local lead. So I try to stay active and share my knowledge everywhere. Also, I'm proud that I'm member of Flutteristas community. And I'm incredibly excited to guide you throughout how Google's powerful platforms, Firebase and Vertex AI can work together to help you build smart, scalable, and engaging Flutter applications. So, today we are focusing on understanding these tools and of course how to get started easily without even needing to install complex environments right away. And our goal for the AI Flutter Club is to empower you to build intelligence applications using Flutter. So today we'll start by understanding Vertex AI, Google's comprehensive platform for AI development, and Firebase Studio, which is highlighting the user-friendly aspects of the Firebase console and how it empowers you to start experimenting with Flutter. Thanks to Firebase Studio, today you can, without installing anything, just open on your browser, try your first Flutter application. Before we jump into the technical details, let's quickly review what we'll be covering today. Our primary focus is to give you a foundational understanding on how to integrate AI into your Flutter applications using Google's ecosystem. And we'll start by looking at the broader artificial intelligence landscape and then take a deep dive into generative AI and Google's Gemini model, understanding its unique capabilities and why it's so important for app development. After that, we'll define Vertex AI and understand its significance as a platform that lets you leverage models like Gemini, and then we take a practical tour of Firebase Studio, which is essentially the Firebase console, to see how it streamlines your development workflow. And finally, we'll get maybe our hands on dirty by running our first full stack Flutter app if my internet let me to do this. So, but because we lost our first speaker, I think we should start with introduction into Flutter. Yes, I saw. I think I will have this. Okay, so Flutter is developer friendly and one code base, 6 platforms. So, for those who don't know Flutter, it's a cross-platform toolkit. Okay, 1 second. I think uh, our speaker start answering me, so I'm so sorry for this situation. Maybe our speaker will join. Okay, so our speaker answers that now she will join in, okay, and she will continue presentation of Flutter. But from my side, uh, Many years ago, I used React and Ruby on Rails to develop applications. And as React developer, when first time I saw Flutter, oh my God, it's love from that time. So I hope I will share my love to this amazing tool with you also. Not so a lot of errors, very quick in development. Even Android, when, for example, I try to do something in Android Studio for Android, oh, it's better to use Flutter much quickly. So, thanks, Miguel. And yes, we're waiting for a speaker. She told that it's just for few minutes, and we can continue a little conversation, just my conversation to you about my love in Flutter. And it's really very quick. And main is so amazing Flutter community. Um, it's so big difference. For example, I switched from JavaScript community, React community, and here wasn't so kind when you're asking questions on, for example, Stack Overflow. But when you get any issues or questions in Flutter, what I found, for example, a few years ago, it was my first line of code in Flutter 6 years ago, and what I met. If you get issues with Flutter errors or troubles, it's so easy to find someone who really supports you. So it's true. And for example, our community for women Flutteristas, very supportive. And you can find a lot of free tutorials, videos, how to prepare this or those with Flutter. And it's true, it's always good quality. Um, and of course by free. And even at documentation Flutter, you can find cookbook. It's amazing place where you can find uh, ready step by step you how to prepare this or that application. So 1 second, I will answer to our speaker. She get technical issues and I should provide her with these technical issues, how to fix them. So I'm so sorry one more time for this situation, and now I hope we will see our speaker online. It was an amazing presentation, which we was waiting for last 2 weeks. So I think I can start sharing my screen and share her presentation until she joining this call, submitting form, register. World of programming full of issues, solutions, and even when you organize event, you can get solutions and issues at each step, but it's not a problem. It's the reality of any programmers. We're always happy to meet new issue. Thank you, Rodriguez, for your support. Yes, I will never. Yes, I will. I will upload this recording. I didn't stop recording this time. Oh, I recorded this session. So I see our amazing speakers. So Greta, I open to you moderate and present mode. So I stop sharing. You can start share your screen. And for now, I did small presentation for Flutter. I started explaining from my experience how much I love Flutter, how much it's an amazing tool. But I didn't tell that just one code base and 6 platforms. I didn't tell anything about just in time, ahead of time, null safety, which makes Flutter so amazing tool. I didn't tell anything about hot reload, amazing feature from Flutter. So I just told about Flutter community, how much is supportive community. So Greta, you can start sharing. I see that you are in call, but your microphone is still muted. You can unmute your microphone if you want.
Hello.
Hello, Greta. You can start sharing your screen.
Yeah, sure, sure. Just a minute.
Okay. So, biggest thanks for your time. I know that we have a big difference in time zones, and I know that you had troubles with airplane and so on. So, biggest thanks that you're joining. And of course, we so happy to start this amazing AI Flutter Club with your talk. And it's for me as for Flutter developer, of course, it's so important. I know that you're Google developer expert at artificial intelligence, machine learning, and it's so amazing that you make presentation about Flutter also. So it means that people familiar with artificial intelligence, with machine learning, also love Flutter.
Just a minute. I'm sharing. Actually, I'm setting my screen. Just a minute. I'm sharing.
Okay. I didn't share. I shared screen with presentation of your future talk, but I stop. Yes, okay. So now we can see your screen.
Yeah. So, hi everyone. I'm Geeta Kakrani from India. So, today's session is an introduction to Flutter and AI. And first of all, moving to the Flutter, I want to share about myself. So, yeah, it is visible to everyone. Is it
Yes,
visible?
we can see your presentation and can hear you perfect.
Okay, okay. So this is about a little bit introduction about me. I'm a CEO of my own company, Kanishka IT. In that company, I'm providing the AI consultancy and training as well. I have a 18 plus years experience, and I am a brand investor of the Women Tech Maker. I'm a Google developer expert in AI and ML. So this is a little about myself and what we are going to date about. So what is the Flutter? So obviously today's session is about the Flutter. So before the start the Flutter, I'm just going to my next screen. Okay. So what is the Flutter? Flutter is a very good technology to make the mobile application. Before some time, like we are making the mobile application using the Android Studio, and obviously mobile application. If we are using the Android Studio, then we can make the app only for Android mobile. If we want to make the mobile app for the Apple mobile, then we have to use the iOS and we have to use a different language. So this is a very problem that we have to make the number of application for number of devices. So that's a really input the human resources, many time consuming because we can't make a one application to another device. So in that condition, introduce Flutter. Flutter is an open source technology produced by the Google, and it's a really very good technology because using the with help of the Flutter, you can make a mobile application which can run easily in the Android Studio, iPhone, and you can make the desktop application as well. You can make the web application using a single code. You can make the application which can run many type of the devices without any problem, without repeating the code. So that's a very good application with well, a very good technology like an Android Studio, we can use a different language to maintain the code because Flutter support both UI support, code support. So like that here, we use like Android Studio XML format. There are two parts. The first is the XML part which used to make the UI and backend side. We can use the Java and Kotlin. Here in the Flutter, we can use a simple UI application without any putting the extra XML efforts. We can simple do using well, direct coding we can make the UI very easily. And in that condition, we use the Dart language. This is inspired by C, C++, and JavaScript. So very simple language concept of the OOP we can apply directly without any big problem. So that's a very easy. It's a fast development with a hood reloading. Mother, we are making, we are debugging, and immediately we can see the output and reflection. It's not always compiling in the both sides. That's why it's a very fast and great and beautiful responsive UI. We can use a very simple efforts and make a UI simply and apply in the all devices. Like a why Flutter for AI apps? Because this is a simple integration. Like you can want to use the open API. So open API, how can you use? Obviously use the API. You can use the GPT control. You want to use the Gemini. So only use you can use the REST API and you can call the Gemini API. You can use the your open API and you can use the any type of another API and direct call your AI integration in your apps. And easy integration with app API. Suppose that you want to make the backend in the Java using the Spring Boot and making the REST API, and you can talk direct call using this API. You can use the MySQL API, MySQL database, and make a simple API concept in the backend using the fast API. So using this API, you can call and integrate it without any extra efforts. That's why it's a very lightweight and in support the JSON format and other text format as well. Strong developer community, obviously, because Flutter is a very growing technology and a lot of the people are making the apps because it's available in a one code and we can apply in a multiple devices. This why huge community support and flexible UI support and visualization. It's a very good. So that's why it's a very easy. So moving to my next slide, I want to show some folder structure and practical code implementation so I think you can understand in a better way. So I want to share the my code screen. I'm using the Flutter using the IntelliJ. So Flutter code you can write in the VS Code, and you can write this code in an Android Studio, and you can use the IntelliJ system. So whatever you want, you can use your ID, and you can write the simply and easy way and make the simple Flutter application. So I am going to open my IntelliJ. It's already open. I am starting from the scratch. So you can see this is my IntelliJ, simple IntelliJ UI, and I want to make my new project. Simple, I click the new project, and simple click the Flutter. I can make the Android and other Java application using the IntelliJ. So I'm calling the Flutter. And if you know want to know how can set up the Flutter in IntelliJ, just let me know. I can explain about that as well. So Flutter I will select, and here you have to select your Flutter path. Whenever you download the Flutter path, then you must have to keep in the mind. You have to set the path, and you have to keep the mind what is the where is your Flutter folder is available, because that's the in the Flutter folder you will find the SDK, and you have to set the SDK path here. So my Flutter folder is available in the download folder and already set it in my export, and I just call the my SDK path here, and it's already set it. Here I will keep the my name of app 2, and here the position you can set, and you can set a number of things. You can run your application, Flutter application in Android device, in iOS, in a Linux, Mac OS, web, Windows, means all type of the operating system support, all type of the devices support. So that's why it is available in a multiple devices in a multiple environment. That's why it's a really very easy matlab acceptable and very demanding technology. And whenever I click on the create, then it will take some time, and obviously depend on the internet speed, but in a few seconds it can create a fully folder structure. You can see here, and here you can see demo code is available. What is this I will explain, don't worry. But first of all, let it start and complete this full structure. But just keep in mind, whenever you create new Flutter application, then you must have to set your internet connection perfect, because your internet speed is a depend really creation your folder. My internet speed is a good, that's why I'm creating a project very fast. And now it's a completed. After the completed, you can see here a folder structure. In folder structure you can find the number of like first you can see the Android, iOS. Means in this Android you can set your Android environment and make this application in your Android devices without any problem. In iOS you can set, but before that you have to set the Flutter doctor, and you have to install the all library. After that easily you can apply a small changes, and you can make the application for the iOS, Android, Linux, and Mac OS, and all type of the environment here. But if you want to write the code, you have to go into the lib folder, and lib folder you will find a main.dart. I told the like Android Studio, we are in the Android Studio, we were using the Java application in a backend side. Here we are using the main.dart. But in Android, we have to make UI separately using the XML code and apply the Java code separately in the code file. But in Flutter, you don't need to maintain two different separated files. And you can maintain your UI and your code both in a single file. It's a Dart file. So you are using the Dart code and some simple widgets also to make UI more attractive and more visible. So here, this is the main.dart. I told that it is already inspired by C and C++. So if you know about the C and C++, then always entry point is a main. Like that, here is also a main function. This is the entry point. And whenever we run your application, then this main function run. And in this main, whatever you are mentioned here, at this will be run as your first screen. What is the first screen here? This is a simple a class. So here already for a demo purpose, it's already whenever you create a new project, then you find the main.dart. It's already available with the existed code. And what is this existed code? So for understand this existed code, you can see this is a automatically call a my app. This is actually a class which extend by stateless widget, and here it's a, material theme. It's returning some widgets, and here increment function which actually doing some operation. So here a counter operation with a button. Whenever you click on the button, you will see number is increasing and decreasing. So first of all, I want to run this code only, then you can see a demo version. After that, I will remove all code and make a simple application for you, and you can see. So here you can see multiple option to run. You can run as a Macbook desktop application. You can, if you are using the mobile, then you can just click, just attach your mobile device, and you find your mobile name here, and you can select the mobile name. But right now, I want to show using the Chrome because this is a very easy to show my design in a fast way. So I'm just select my device Chrome web because I am opening in the browser. After that, I am click on the run button. It will take very little time to debug and build. And you can see here, waiting for connection from the debug service on Chrome. It will take very little bit time. So very fast. You can see its browser reflecting something. Just wait. In a few minutes, you will see the output here. Yes, I didn't apply anything, but you can see app bar. Here is a title, Flutter, demo, homepage. You can see a counter value beginning with 0, and here you can see a floating button. Whenever click over this button, you can see counter increasing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever you want. This is a simple counter application. Here I can remove the all code, and I will make beginning from beginning. Okay. So here you can see we have a main function. You can delete and rewrite again, but I will not do this. It's a main function because this is an entry point. Here is a library file, which is a material dart, which is a provide a base layout. Using the material design, we can make a base layout, and on this base layout, we can put a multiple widgets and container. So here, I'm going to start like material app, simple material app. Here, home. In a home, we put a class name. But what will this class? We have to mention this class here. Okay, just write st, and you can see some option: stateful and stateless. What is the means of stateful, or what is the means of stateless? So whenever we create a new class, and mostly we extend in the stateful or stateless. So stateless means we are making a class which UI is static, means you don't want to user interaction, you don't want to take a input the value, you just want to show a message, image, splash screen. So you can use a stateless. It's a just a display type of screen. And if you are using the stateful, then it's a create a user interaction. You can take the value from the user side. You can change the state of your variable, your property, so that way we can use the stateful. Right now, I'm just a display a hello world, so I can use the stateless. So stateless widget, I will create a class my app which extend by stateless widget. Or here, now in home, I will call my created class, this is a my app. In a very simple way, without messy code, I can put a very clean code. I just create a stateless class which I am calling here. home is my first screen. So whatever class, whatever screen, like class means a screen, I am using a UI with help of the Dart code. So every screen made by a class. Okay. So I am calling this class stateless class, which actually create a UI, and this UI will display as of my first screen. That's why it's a mention in the home. And now, what you want to see in your first UI, you have to use the return scaffold. Scaffold actually a container in which we have a functional my functional part, like my if you talk about the website and you are making the navigation bar, you are making the body part, after that you're making the bottom bar. Like here in a scaffold you can mention the app bar. In a app bar you just saw I saw you saw just a purple color, the top bar. So here you can call a functional part like a top bar, app bar. Just call app bar. In app bar, you can put, if I am click the control space, then you can see number of things. So in app bar, you want to show the title, whatever title you want to share, like your app name. So here I want to put text. Text is ready-made widget in which you can put your title, like my first app. This is your title bar. And you want to put a background color in your title bar. So simple, just click in the background color and call the colors library and call your like a aqua or just a blue color. Okay, this is your title bar. But what's it happening here? What is this widget? So this is my scaffold. Here are a functional part. If you are calling the app bar, this is your first header bar in which you can put a number of things, like you can call a title, you can set the background color, you can set the font color, you can set the your first icon, leading icon, you can set the tailing icon, you can set the action button, back button, everything you can put, you can set here. Okay, let's see what happens, the problem. Okay, and now I want to rerun this application. So just I will control S. Okay, and I can just a control S, and you can see the output in your already opened screen. But I need to right now restart the application, and it will take a, it's a suggestion, you should not close your Chrome window or your output window. Just change, apply changes, and just click on the rerun, and just click on the, from here you can rerun, or just control save. This automatically refresh your screen and reload your output, and you can see changes in your output window. But because I restarted, that's why I have to wait to reflect the changes in Chrome. Restart it. Okay, you can see here, this is my first app. It's automatically come in the center, and this is, it's looking very bad. I can remove this also, and this is a blue color you can put. You can change the foreground color as well. Like this is a foreground color. Here is a ready-made library colors dot white. I can choose the white color, and just a simple control S, and okay, you can see. And this ribbon is not looking good. So in a main function here, just use the debug show check mode banner and put the false, control S, and it's high. It's a very simple start my first application with clean code, without any messy code, without any problem. I just call my app bar as a header bar, and I put a simple background color, simple font color, and simple text widget to show the message. Like here in a body, body means your main part. So here, this is a body part. You can see this is a body part in which you can put any item. By the way, moving on this, I want to ask if you have any doubt, any problem, you can ask me. And if you don't have any problem, then I can continue and go to my next widget, and I can apply the more widget and make a good UI. No problem. No good.
No, no
Okay.
question.
Okay. If you like, you can ask any type of question. You can ask what widgets, how I'm the widget, and how can I we can change everything. Okay. So you see the body part. Body part means your main content part. You can apply your multiple widgets. Here are two types of the container, because obviously you want to apply the widget. You can direct use a text widget, but this is not a widget. You have to make some container. Okay, and container there are two types. One container is a single child container, and second is a multi child. So like if you are calling a simple container, this is a simple container. Okay, in simple container you can put, in this container you can put only single child. Okay, one more widget as a single child in this, and calling from library, and here you can put my hello. Very simple. Okay, but I want to put image or one more text, but I can't, because in container we can put only single widget. This is a single child container. Whenever I save this, you can see hello. It's a very fast reflection you can see. And I want to set this up. I want to make this container more attractive. So you can put like you can put the high, because whenever you put some color, then it can be, suppose that I am putting the color means it's a different property to apply the color. So in an app bar you are using the background color, but here you are using in the color section just simple call the color library and put the as a background color. But if you want to use another approach like a box decoration, you have to put a different color property. So there are multiple approaches to apply the decoration. So right now I am calling simple color property in a container. By default you can call a height, width property. So in a color you can call whatever you want to colors. Colors is a library. From this colors library you can call any library. But you can see one thing here, whenever the control as, and you can see the color, but this color is very shrink and only displaying in your backside of your hello world, not looking good. I want my this color as a background which spread in my full screen. So here you have to make your container as a background container which can spread height wise, width wise in your full screen. So here you have to set the container height which used by infinity. That means whatever your mobile device height, container height. According with again infinity, that whatever your mobile device width, automatically container width adjust according to this. So now I can see this is spread and adjusted according to my device. And after that, you want to make alignment. That's it, alignment dot center. and you will find that automatically your text will come to the center. That's it. Automatically adjusted. So you can see this is a very fast to make mobile application. Before that, we have to put a lot of efforts to make my UI very attractive. So we have to put a separate efforts to make UI. We have to put a separate efforts to make a coding part. But here, in a one single code file, you can apply your design. You can apply your code as well. Simple like a C++ class function. And if you want to make a multiple child container, so you can use row, column, list view. So you can use a multiple children container. So like that, I'm just removing this. I'm here going to put the column container. The column container, you can put multiple widgets in a vertical format like children. In a children, you can call my first widget text. Here I'm putting my first message like a hello world, and I want to make one more text widget like welcome in India. So you can see I can put multiple control. Here is any problem? Yes. Okay. So let's start. And you can see multiple control, but in a vertical format. Okay. And I want to say in a center. So simple, huge, because column axis in a vertical format. So in a vertical format, I want to set my center. So I can use the main axis alignment dot and simple that element will be set in a vertically format in center. So this is a vertically alignment. And if you want to set in a horizontal alignment, you can just set row container, and after that you will see output in a horizontal mode. And you want to keep a gap, and you can use the size box. Here, two property, height and width. So you want to make the gap in a row wise, then you have to use a width property, and height wise, vertically wise, you can use the height property. So here you can see now it's a gap between two controls. So that is very simple application how make uh, my first Flutter app, and how make a simple UI like simple container, row container, column container, and first learning phase. Like we want to make my login window, yeah, adding of the two number application. I can make simple UI. We can put the text box in a vertically format, button horizontally format, 2 and 3 button in a horizontally format, and we can make full UI. I mentioned. So like then I can go with that. But if you have any problem, doubt, question, please let me know. Then I can solve first, and after that I move the my next problem. Next.
So, okay, great. Biggest thanks for your presentation. And I see in chat we haven't questions so far. No questions. So you can stop sharing. We have not so a lot of time for my talk, but it's not a problem at all.
Sure, sure.
Okay. I, yes, I can switch to my presentation immediately. We can one question from Rodriguez. What about split widgets into files? Rodriguez, can you clarify your question? What do you mean? What kind of split widgets do you want in your files?
Yeah. What about
In,
widget
in,
into the file
Instead
where
of sized box, of course, we have space widget from box. But to be honest, even in of course, yes, divide as much as possible. But it will be in our next sessions. We will have even one presentation about custom widgets. Of course, you are right. Main Dart file should be as much as possible small. We never add here a lot. No, of course, main file it's for adding backend. It's for adding navigation. For example, if you use something like getx, you add here list of future pages where you screens where you can scroll, switch. Of course, not in main file. It's first presentation just to start with Flutter. Only it's only one approach. Why main Dart files so not clear, not clean? So I'm sure that creator in a commercial project will divide everything by widgets. Not only by widgets, first of all by folders, and widgets will be added into folders. Yes, Greta, am I right? Okay, we have few minutes. Thank you, Rodriguez. And yes, of course, if you have any questions or if you want to know something deeper, leave feedback and be sure I read all submitted forms to understand what we can do better. And I try to prepare as much as possible useful events, not just no, only useful. And of course, I love Flutter. It's one feature which I love in Flutter. We divide everything as much as possible. You never meet spaghetti code. No, divide for any widget, buttons, update content, everything, and in different spaces. Yes, in Firebase Studio you can build Flutter up, and it was topic for today. So okay, first of all, let's start. It will be a little hectic because we have not a lot of time. First of all, why Flutter and artificial intelligence, and why they can be good match? I'm sure that it's very good match. The world of technology is rapidly evolving, and at the forefront of this evolution is, of course, artificial intelligence. It's not future, it's our present. So AI is no longer just a buzzword. It's becoming an integral part of how we build applications, making them smarter, more personalized, and more engaging for users. So why are we focusing on Flutter and artificial intelligence together? Flutter, as many of you know or understand today, is Google's AI toolkit for building natively compiled applications for mobile, web, desktop from a single code base. It's known for its speed, beautiful UIs, cross-platform capabilities. And when you combine this with artificial intelligence, you unlock the potential to add truly intelligent features. Think smart recommendations, automated content creation, personalized user experience, and much more. Uh, but we should talk a little about generative AI. It's important. Later you will understand why. So let's take a moment for a deeper look at exactly generative AI. First of all, because it's a game changer and a huge part of what's driving current innovation in AI. Unlike traditional artificial intelligence, which is often discriminative, meaning it classifies, predict, or recognize pattern in existing data, like distinguishing between a cat and a dog, no more. Generative AI is about creation. It's artificial intelligence that generates new content. This could be anything from human like text, realistic images, functional code, even original music compositions. I hope you saw at YouTube video about Gemini generate original music composition, or even videos today. Well, these days at Google I/O was amazing presentation how it can generate video. So it learns the underlying patterns and structures from massive data sets, and then uses that knowledge to produce novel outputs that are similar to but not identical to what it was trained on. Think of it like a very advanced artist or writer. I like, for example, Gemini Brainstorm. So, leading the change in generative AI from Google is exactly Gemini. Gemini is Google's most capable and flexible AI model. And what makes Gemini particularly special is its multimodal nature. This means it's not just good with text, but it can understand and operate across different types of information simultaneously: text, code, audio, images, and of course, video. So, you could feed it an image and ask it to describe it in text, or give it a prompt and ask for both text and an image. Is designed for complex reasoning and handling diverse inputs and outputs. For you, as Flutter developers and new in Flutter, understanding generative AI and Gemini is crucial, to be honest, because it opens up a whole new realm of possibilities for your applications. For example, imagine building smart assistants that can draft emails or summarize articles within your app, tools that generate unique images based on user prompts, code generation features to help user write scripts or functions, or this code generation can be as part of some study application to teach users to write this script or functions. It can be personalized content creation tool within your social media or productivity apps. These kinds of innovative AI-powered experiences are made possible by generative AI models exactly like Gemini. And they are accessible throughout platforms like Vertex AI, which we'll discuss a little bit later. So, generative AI refers to the use of AI to create new content like text, images, music, audio, videos. Gemini is a family of generative AI models from Google that is designed for multimodal use case. And it's time to talk about Gemini. So, as I mentioned about, Gemini is Google's most capable and flexible family of artificial intelligence models. And it's not just a single model, but a collection of models optimized for different tasks and sizes, from powerful versions running in the cloud to compact versions designed for mobile devices. And the most significant feature of Gemini, of course, is its multimodal capability. This means Gemini isn't limited to just text. It can understand and generate content across text, code, audio, images, and videos. You could show Gemini an image and ask it to describe what's happening. For example, when I get errors, I make screenshot and asking, help me please to solve this issue. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes it's helpful. So this multimodal understanding is what truly sets it apart. So why do you as a developer need Gemini? Main question. You can use Gemini to build apps that offer enhanced user experiences. Imagine an app that can generate personalized travel, and it's good example. Travel itineraries for a user or summarize a long article into key bullet points in real time. So it's good choice. Gemini models are exposed via APIs that your Flutter application can call, bringing these incredible capabilities directly to your users. So, for more information on Gemini models family, you can read documentation, and now I'll share this link with you. 1 second. So my slide is naughty. Okay. So, and Gemini models are part of a growing list of foundational models that you can test, deploy, even customize for use in your AI-based applications. And the models are available and accessible on Vertex AI, Google's ML platform for training and deploying machine learning models and artificial applications. And now let's talk about the platform that allows you to harness the power of models like Gemini. It's exactly Vertex AI. So imagine you want to build an artificial intelligence feature, perhaps an image recognition system, a natural language understanding component, or leveraging the generative AI capabilities we just discussed with Gemini. And historically, this involved Python together many different tools and services across various stages of the machine learning lifecycle. Data preparation, model training, deployment, and monitoring. It was complex and often required deep machine learning expertise. But Vertex AI changes all of that. It's Google's unified platform for machine learning designed to bring the entire machine learning workflow into one integrated environment. It's a comprehensive machine learning operations platform that simplifies everything from data management to model deployment and monitoring for enterprise level use cases. So, why you should, as a Flutter developer, care about Vertex AI? Uh, Access to pre-trained models. What does it mean? Vertex AI provides easy access to powerful pre-trained models like Vision AI for image analysis, natural language AI for text understanding, and many more. These are ready to use, so you don't need to train them yourself. Custom model training means if you have unique data and need a custom model. So Vertex AI offers tools like automation learning, which allows you to train high quality models with minimal code, even if you are not a machine learning expert. For advanced users, there's also custom training, deployment and monitoring. Once you have a model, Vertex AI makes it incredibly easy to deploy. It has APIs that your Flutter app can call and then monitor its performance in real time. Scalability and reliability. Being part of Google Cloud, Vertex AI offers the immense scalability and reliability you expect from Google's infrastructure. And here's a crucial comparison. Vertex AI is a platform where you access, manage, and deploy AI models, including Gemini. Think of it as a control panel for your AI infrastructure. Gemini is a powerful AI model itself. Vertex AI provides the tools, security, and scalability necessary to integrate models like Gemini into your production applications reliably and efficiently. So while you could interact with Gemini throughout simpler APIs for experimentation, for building robust, scalable Flutter apps with Gemini, Vertex AI is the recommended path. And for now, as I can see, I'm a little late. We should stop at 8 minutes ago. Okay, and quickly, Firebase. I hope you know that Firebase is not. It's a little bit expensive if you use for commercial, for production, but for practice, you can use free trial, and it's good much to try your backend. So and today I wanted to talk about Firebase Studio. Firebase Studio previous, I hope you know IDX. It's something amazing. You can open in your browser. So I switch quickly now. It's what I want to show you. So Firebase Studio. I share it with you link. You can click this link, and what does it mean, Firebase Studio? It's amazing tool. Try applications, try create applications without installing anything. So if you want to try Flutter but you don't want to install anything, just open this link uh, here, choose create, and so it's like not for this presentation, but here opportunity even to write prompt. But you can choose next slide. So here you can choose Flutter, and when you choose Flutter, you need to write name for your application. For example, it was test application recipe app. Click button create. It will take few time, not a lot time, and it will generate for you ready Flutter application. Main difference that you will have only everything for Android. Here in Firebase Studio, you will have macOS and iOS versions for your application, but for trying for test, I think it's not a big problem. So in our next sessions, we will start with all these tools. That's why today was goal make presentation of Flutter a small presentation of Vertex AI, of Gemini, and Firebase Studio, because Firebase Studio is your space where you can try Flutter without installing anything. Because sometimes install Flutter can be you can get issues. Depend of your environment, depend of your machine. So, and I think we can uh, we can finish for today. So thank you for your time, for joining, for starting this event series. It was first session, and we will have L3 another one. And I hope you will find something useful and interesting for you. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me directly on LinkedIn. I always happy of questions, so be sure I will answering. One more time, biggest thanks for your time. This session was recorded and I will share it on our YouTube channel today. So until then, see you our next session, and until then, building with AI.